Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Recently, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, revealed that the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been implementing the economic blueprint of the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, and that of Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP. But here we're more concerned about Peter Obi, because Peter Obi is the one that his blueprint is much more well spelled out, is much more open and clear to the vast majority of Nigerians. Because you can remember, there is nothing to remember Atiku's campaign for, but nobody will forget the fact that Peter Obi was associated with moving Nigeria from consumption to production. It is a word. These are two phrases. This is a phrase that anywhere you mention it in Nigeria, they know you are talking about Peter Obi. Anywhere in Nigeria today, where you mention moving Nigeria from consumption to production, you think about Peter Obi. There is nothing to remember Atiku Abubakar in that campaign. So that's what we're doing on the Vice President revealing that they are implementing the economic blueprint of Peter Obi. And we're going to, in this video, now explain why their copying of Peter Obi failed. Because when you want to copy, better copy well. Obviously, they copied wrongly. And that is why they have failed. And that is what this video is all about. We want to show the reason why they failed in their copying Peter Obi's economic blueprint. And to also show that they didn't read Peter Obi's manifesto very well before rushing into adopting some of the things he said he would do. Because what Peter Obi said he would do is clear to many Nigerians, to most Nigerians indeed, to the level that they entrusted him with their vote massively in the last election. Now, one of the reasons why they failed was because this administration does not have the kind of character of Peter Obi. And Peter Obi is a man of integrity. And you cannot give what you don't have. When you lack integrity, you lack character, there is virtually little you can do to be able to convince your partners that you are sincere, because they already know you. All they have to do was to go to the Google and see whether you are reliable. And they will see tons of things. When they see tons of things, of contradictions, of lies, of propaganda, of deceit, they will lose confidence. Even foreign investors will run away. That's why you can see this government is characterized by lies. They will say that a Dutch company wants to invest $600 million in the seaport. The company will come out to say, we didn't do anything like that. They will say that United Arab Emirates has lifted visa ban. United Arab Emirates will come and say, no, we didn't. They will say Emirates will start flying into Nigeria. Emirates will say, we have not yet started. They say that Saudi Arabia will come to invest in our refineries. We are yet to see them. They say Saudi Arabia is bringing in substantial dollars to boost Nigeria's forex market. We are yet to see the forex because Naira is still performing poorly in foreign exchange market. Because look at it, what they met on the ground was 460 Naira to the dollar. They floated the currency. It rose to 1,400 naira and then rose to 1,900 naira. That was why Aliko Dangote, Africa's richest man, described what they did as the economic mess, as the mess of 2023. So they lack character. That was why they didn't have the success that Peter Obi would have had. Number two, they lack honesty. You know, you have to be honest. You have to be honest with your people. People have to see that you are sincere, that you are honest, that you are not known to be a liar, that you are not known to promote deceit, for you to gain the confidence of the people. And you know, gaining the confidence of the people is the unquantifiable process towards economic upliftment. When people have confidence in the leadership, when people trust their leaders, that their leaders are honest, that is lacking in the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So they lack honesty. So people do not trust them. And then they lack transparency. There is no transparency in what they do. The opacity of this government is the worst in Nigeria's history. So many things are shrouded in secrecy. So many issues are not done with clarity. So as a result of this lack of transparency, lack of accountability, there is no way you can achieve the kind of result that Peter Obi would have achieved with his well-known transparency and accountability. You know, Peter Obi is somebody who, when he was living as the governor of Anambra State, he spelled everything down, how much the state had, everything, what was saved in naira, what was saved in dollars. He mentioned the banks and everything. You cannot compare such a man who has such sense of transparency to what we are witnessing in Nigeria today. Let me give you a typical example. They floated the naira. They said that naira is now floated, that demand and supply will determine the value of the naira. That was in June 2023. When the naira was determined by demand and supply, which was a wrong-headed idea that Peter Obi would not have attempted. What did you see? The naira fall up to 2,000 naira to the dollar. When they saw that this thing is heading to 3,000 naira to the dollar, they backpedaled. Now, naira is being guided. In fact, the Bloomberg, one of the most respected financial media organizations in the world, based in the United States, has said and reported that the Nigeria reserve is being depleted to protect the naira, to stop the naira from falling more. Now, naira is regaining a bit of strength. But has the government come out to tell you that they have reverted back to protecting the naira as MFLA and Buhari were doing before? No. They didn't have the courage of their conviction to tell you like that. Peter Obi would have told you. Peter Obi would have apologized to Nigerians that, look, I tried flotation of the naira, it didn't work. We are now protecting the naira. That is what we are doing now. But they didn't tell you that. They still pretend that the naira is not being floated. They still go about around the world claiming that that the naira is not being guided. That demand and supply, it is still willing buyer and willing seller. Meanwhile, they will say to BDCs, give them $10,000 and tell them the margin they should sell. Who does that in a floated economy where demand and supply determines the outcome? Look at what is happening with fuel subsidy. They claim they don't pay fuel subsidy again. The International Monetary Fund say they are still paying. But they pretended they didn't see it. A former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasiru El-Rufai, has also come out to say that they have paid over 8 trillion naira or thereabouts of of subsidy. So all this shows that they lack transparency. When your people cannot know what you are doing, whether you are still paying for fuel subsidy or not, they don't know. And to make matters worse, Tinubu himself is the Minister of Petroleum, and he does not talk to Nigerians, even as fuel scarcity continue to bite hard in the country. Are you still paying the subsidy? They are not transparent enough. Are you still floating the naira? They are not transparent. So that is one of the things that makes them to fail. That's why the economy is the way it is. Now, they also lack competency. It is one thing to want to do something or to copy somebody, but you have the competency to push it through. Obviously, they lack the competency to push the economic reforms that Peter Obi wrote about in his manifesto. They lack the competency to do that. That is why they have failed to be able to move the economy forward. And then another thing is that they lack the frugality of Peter Obi. The frugality of Peter Obi. Nigeria's economy needs the frugality of Peter Obi, because the economy they inherited, Tinubu inherited from the APC administration, which he also promoted, was in dire strait. It was in the doldrums. It was in the doldrums. What it requires was that government should cut costs. But what did we see? We see a government that was buying SUVs, imported SUVs for National Assembly members, imported SUVs for the office of the presidency, imported SUVs for the office of the wife of the president, and what have you. So they lack the transparency. And when you do that, and you fail to patronize made in Nigeria cars, Innocent Motors is there, Peugeot Assembly is there, you didn't patronize them. At least let the world see you. Do you know what it means? That when the president of other countries come to Nigeria, they will see that the president of Nigeria is driving on Innocent. The message it will send to other African countries, to other developing countries, is that these people are people that are serious about developing their country. But you are wasting scarce foreign reserve in imported SUVs. You are buying a yacht worth billions of naira and all those kind of things. Peter Obi will never be part of those kind of squandermania. Peter Obi will cut cost. He will drive made in Nigeria cars. He will insist that National Assembly members, if they must have vehicles to do oversight function, Innocent can build SUV for National Assembly members. He has them in his stock. So Peter Obi would not have been reckless like this administration in the importation of foreign-made cars. And after, they will be blaming the ordinary man on the street of Zone 4 in Abuja, who has about $1,000 looking for who will buy, as the reason why the economy is, why the naira is performing badly. They will be looking for scapegoats. Now it is those who deal in crypto. Those are the reason why naira is Nigeria the only country where people deal in crypto around the world? People deal in crypto in United States. People deal in crypto in UK. People deal in crypto all over the world. Why is it that it's only in Nigeria that crypto dealers are the reason why naira is not performing well? Come on. So they lack the frugality. they lack the ability to do the right thing. So Peter Obi would have saved a lot of money for the country by pruning the size of government, by pruning expenditure. Only the most necessary thing will be done. Peter Obi will not have wasted or put over 15 trillion naira of Nigeria's scarce money that doesn't even exist in a project like Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway, when the East-West Road that have been on construction for over a decade has not been completed, when the major economic connection points in Nigeria have never been connected, the roads are in dire strait, the roads are bad. Peter Obi will not do that. So that's the frugality that they are lacking, and that is why the economy is the way it is. They are too wasteful. They have continued to be wasteful. So they can't expect to get the kind of result that Peter Obi would have gotten, no matter how hard they tried. And then they lack empathy. These people lack empathy. They are not feeling the pulse of Nigerians. Peter Obi is a man that feels the pulse of Nigerians. Even as an opposition leader, you can see him supporting health institutions around the country, schools of nurses, secondary schools, doing so many things. You see him building boreholes, calling for more boreholes to be built because millions of Nigerians do not have access to water. He has empathy. And that is what is lacking in Nigeria's leadership. That is what happened, what is lacking in Tinubu's government. Tinubu's government is aloof, separated from the sufferings of Nigerians. That's why the hardship is biting hard. But if you have an empathetic leader like Peter Obi, he will be able to convince Nigerians to have hope. And Nigerians will trust him because he's a man of honesty, he's a man of integrity, he's a man of capacity, he's a believable man. They will trust him. And that is what you need. When you hear that Lim Kuan Yew took Singapore from third world to first world, is because of trust. The trust that Singaporeans have in his leadership. That is what is lacking in Nigeria today. So don't look any further, too further, on why they have not succeeded, despite supposedly applying some of the policies of Peter Obi. Okay, they failed woefully because they didn't follow the blueprint according to Peter Obi, and they didn't have the character to follow that blueprint, and there's no possibility of them following that blueprint. And then, of course, they lacked Peter Obi's mindset of moving Nigeria from consumption to production. If they have that mindset, they would have known that the reason why the Naira is performing so badly is because Nigeria is yet to be moved from consumption to production. Because once you move Nigeria from consumption to production, the Naira will strengthen, productivity will increase, enabling environment for foreign investment will explode everywhere, and Nigeria will be awash with dollars. That you wouldn't be surprised if you have a situation where 100 Naira will be exchanging for $1. Why? Because Nigeria has become a productive nation. Nigeria is no longer an import-dependent nation. Nigeria is no longer a country where their leaders, everything they eat, everything they drive, everything they use in their houses are imported. They will learn from a leader like Peter Obi. Peter Obi, who when he was in Anambra State, ensured that most of the furnitures that were used, in fact, all the furnitures that were used in government house were produced in Awka, in Anambra State. Make sure that the vehicles that were used, official vehicles, were produced in Anambra State. When you have such a leader at a national level and you move your country from consumption to production, then you begin to talk about the strengthening of your currency. And then you begin to talk about doing what Lim Kuan Yew did, moving your country from the third world to the first world. Until they learn to do that, they are just chasing shadows in the name of copying from Peter Obi, and they will never achieve Peter Obi's results. Like they say, if it is not Panadol, it is not Panadol. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.